Gloria was now soft-spoken. She greeted everyone with smiles. She wore her scarf like a church mother. She even made Zinna's hair one Sunday morning, albeit awkwardly. Zinna sat still as Gloria plaited her cornrows. "Does this hurt, sweetheart?" Gloria asked with syrupy gentleness. "No, Ma," Zinna replied. Mr. Richard smiled as he passed them in the living room. "I'm proud of you both," he said. "Maybe we're really healing." But the child knew better. There was a tremble in Gloria's fingers, a twitch in her smile. The kindness felt, intentional, performed. Zinna wrote in her diary that night, "Some people say sorry with their mouth, but their eyes say revenge. Daddy is happy. I won't ruin that, but I'll watch, quietly." On Tuesday, Gloria offered to walk Zinna to her school gate. A stepmother should support her daughter, she said, holding her pink purse like a first lady. Outside the gate, she bent low and kissed Zinna's forehead. "Be good, sweetheart. Don't let anyone bully you. Except me." Zinna froze. "What did you say?" "I said, be safe. Maybe you should get your ears checked." That evening, Zinna found her school shoes soaked in water, her exercise books smeared with engine oil. She said nothing. She quietly cleaned them all, rewrote her assignments, didn't even tell Bisi the maid. Gloria watched. "She won't break," she whispered. "But I'll keep pressing." Later that night, Gloria served Zinna a plate of rice, with extra sauce. "Eat well, my love," she smiled. Zinna dipped her spoon, but paused. She looked at the sauce, smelled it, then switched her plate with her teddy bears, a ritual she used for checking trust. She left the food untouched. The next morning, Gloria was pacing in the toilet, vomiting. Zinna peeped from her room and scribbled. "Test passed. Next." One Saturday, Mr. Richard announced they were attending his friend's birthday party. Zinna wore a sky-blue anchor dress with pearl beads. Gloria wore a fiery red jumpsuit, with lashes so long, they cast shadows. All through the event, Gloria acted perfect. Laughing, taking selfies, referring to Zinna as my princess. Mr. Richard beamed. "You see, we're getting stronger as a family." Later, as they returned home, Gloria whispered as they walked in, "If you tell your daddy anything, you'll wake up without a tongue." Zinna didn't flinch. She looked her stepmother in the eye and said, "Daddy doesn't need me to talk. One day, he'll see. And when he does, no makeup can hide what's in your heart." Gloria stormed into her room. She slammed the door, screamed into a pillow. "This girl is a mirror. She makes me see myself, and I hate it." She picked up her phone and called a strange number. "Mama Obara. I need something strong. That girl must leave this house by fire." When she got back from Mama Obara's shrine, life in the house changed, or at least, it seemed that way. Gloria transformed into a textbook example of a doting stepmother. Her words became softer, her steps lighter, her lashes less intimidating. She no longer barked orders. She even helped Zinna with her hair before school again. "Does this one hurt, sweetheart?" she asked as she weaved Zinna's hair gently. "No, Ma." "Good. You look just like a doll today." Mr. Richard noticed and was full of praise. "You're changing, Gloria. Thank you for trying." She smiled warmly and gave Zinna a peck on the forehead. But the moment Mr. Richard stepped out, Gloria's hands stiffened. Her voice grew colder. "That smile you wear when he's home? Save it. I don't need it." Zinna didn't reply. She didn't argue. She didn't even frown. She simply stood and walked to her room. But Gloria didn't know that silence was her biggest mistake. Zinna knew everything. She knew the new perfume Gloria wore wasn't for peace, it was for distraction. She noticed how Gloria would rearrange her textbooks when she wasn't looking, tear small corners of her assignments, or salt her lunch till her tongue felt sore. One afternoon, Gloria switched Zinna's toothpaste with glue. Zinna noticed before brushing. She poured the glue back into the container and refilled it with baking soda and lemon. Then she wiped the brush clean. That night, Gloria brushed her teeth and screamed into the sink. "Ah, my mouth. What kind of chemical is this?" Zinna stood behind the kitchen door, watching. Not smiling, not laughing, just watching. In her diary, she wrote, "She doesn't know I see her. She thinks silence means weakness. But some children fight wars with wisdom." Zinna's 9th birthday was approaching. Mr. Richard planned to throw her a small surprise brunch with a few school friends. He told Gloria to handle decorations and breakfast. Let her feel celebrated this year. She deserves it. Gloria went all out. She hired a decorator to turn the living room into a garden of pink and white balloons. She baked cupcakes, made fried rice, and even customized a cake with Zinna's name on it. Everyone praised her. Oh, what a lovely stepmother. She must really love that child. Zinna cut the cake, smiled for the camera, and took photos beside Gloria. But inside her room that night, she opened a drawer where she kept all her mystery findings. Inside were 3 burnt pieces of paper with her name written in ink and tied with hair. She had found them under Gloria's pillow. Another item, a small black soap wrapped in nylon, which Gloria had placed secretly in her school shoes 2 nights ago. She kept everything. Documented. Numbered. She didn't tell her father. She didn't tell anyone. But the one thing she started doing was praying. Every night. By the 3rd week, Gloria had had enough. Why won't this child break? She muttered as she cleaned the living room. Every trap I lay, she dances over it. One morning, she mixed dry pepper into Zinna's body lotion. Zinna used it, felt the sting, said nothing. She sat in class that day itching her arms quietly, but not once did she complain. The next morning, Gloria woke up to her own facial cream swapped with toothpaste. She ran downstairs, her face white and minty. Zinna passed her calmly on the staircase. Good morning, Mummy Gloria. Gloria hissed. She called her friend Amaka later that day. This girl is tormenting me, Amaka. She's too quiet, too smart, and now she's turning spiritual. She sings hymns every night. Reads Psalm 91. I see her lips moving even in the bathroom. Then leave her alone, Amaka said. Maybe you're losing the battle. No, I haven't even started fighting. That night, Gloria slipped into her room and brought out a black pouch. Inside was a charm wrapped in red cloth and tied with cowries. She kissed it. Mama Obara said this will confuse her mind. She'll forget her name, her schoolwork, her prayers. She placed it under Zinna's bed, then left. The next morning, Zinna knelt beside her bed, praying. Lord, I don't need to win. I just want peace. But if I must fight, give me wisdom. Like Queen Esther. Then she pulled out the pouch, tied it in nylon, threw it into the dustbin outside. Not a word spoken. Gloria watched from the kitchen window. Her hands trembled. Who is this child? She whispered. Mama Obara didn't live in town. Her shrine was hidden far inside Akabu village, behind thick bamboo trees and a rusting metal gate covered in dried blood stains. Gloria had snuck out at dawn. I want her gone, she told the wrinkled woman. But I also want my husband to adore me and despise that little snake. Mama Obara cackled. Then you need the eye of fire root. It will turn his love like smoke, from the child to you. And the girl, she'll fade. One way or another. She gave Gloria a small clay pot with black liquid, a charm wrapped in palm leaves, and a tiny bottle of oil marked Forget-Me-Her. Rub this on your husband's forehead while he sleeps. Pour the oil on the girl's slippers. Mix the clay into your husband's soup. But don't let the child pray at midnight. If she does, the charm will break. Gloria returned home that afternoon, eyes burning with dark hope. That night, while Richard slept, she rubbed the charm oil on his forehead. She slipped the tiny bottle into his soup the next day. She even rubbed a little behind his ears. The next morning, he didn't hug Zinna. He didn't call her princess. He left for work without even waving goodbye. Gloria smiled at the mirror. It's working. But what she didn't know was that Zinna had seen everything. She saw her stepmother sneaking into the kitchen, saw her whispering into a pot, saw her rubbing something onto her father's head. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. That night, at exactly midnight, Zinna knelt by her bed. Lord, I don't know what she used. But break it. If her love came from clay and oil, return my father's eyes. Amen. The next morning, Mr. Richard came downstairs, paused, then called. Zinna, where's my princess? Zinna came out slowly. He bent down, lifted her into a hug. I missed you yesterday. I'm so sorry I left for work in a hurry. Hope you're good today, my princess. Gloria, who had just stepped into the living room holding Pap and Akara, froze. Good morning, honey, she tried. Morning, he said coldly. He didn't look at her twice. She nearly dropped the tray. Frustrated and desperate, Gloria planned her next move. She swapped Zinna's perfume bottle with a liquid that would stain and burn. When she sprays it at school, everyone will mock her. Her skin will break out. Her pride will shrink. But Zinna, always cautious, had stopped using that bottle after noticing the scent was off. She placed it in her school bag anyway. That afternoon, during school rehearsal for Cultural Day, one of the popular girls, Temi, saw the bottle. "Can I try your perfume?" she asked. Zinna smiled. "Sure." Temi sprayed it on her sleeve. In less than 2 minutes, a huge brown stain appeared. The cloth started to tear. Everyone screamed. "What's in that bottle?" Zinna pretended to be shocked. "I think something's wrong. That wasn't the scent I had yesterday." The teachers investigated. The bottle was taken to the principal. By evening, Richard received a call. "Sir, please be aware. Something dangerous was in your daughter's bag." Zinna was questioned gently. She calmly said, "My stepmom gave it to me. She said I'd smell like royalty." Gloria was summoned. Her defense was weak, shaky. Maybe it expired. Or got switched. "I don't know." Mr. Richard stared at her. "You gave her that bottle." "I didn't know it was harmful." "Then why did you remove the label?" Gloria stammered. Everyone was watching. She walked out of the principal's office, head bowed, humiliated. That night, Gloria locked herself in the bathroom and wept. What kind of child is this? Who fights battles I can't see? Who sees through every trick? She smashed her phone on the tiles. Even Mama Obara said this would work. But Zinna was in her room, writing again. "She doesn't know that the more she fights me, the clearer my voice becomes. And Daddy's eyes are open now." The next morning, Gloria made porridge. She laced it with a sleeping root. "You'll eat this and sleep for hours. No more praying at midnight." Zinna didn't touch the food. Instead, she gave it to dog. Sheej jumped the wall and licked it all. 5 minutes later, the dog was snoring like thunder. Gloria came into Zinna's room. "You didn't eat." "I'm fasting today." At 9 years old. "Spiritual battles don't check age, Ma." Gloria gasped, then smiled weakly. "You're dangerous." "So are you. But I fight differently." One humid Friday afternoon, Gloria boiled water for semovita. But her plan wasn't to cook. It was to harm. She waited until Zinna walked past the kitchen. "Zinna," she called sweetly. "Come stir this for me, please." Zinna paused. "It's boiling," she replied. "Yes, but I trust you. You're strong. Just hold the spatula while I get more water." Zinna stepped closer. She watched Gloria's hands carefully, then smiled. "Okay, Ma." Just as Gloria handed her the long wooden stick, Zinna accidentally, or so it seemed, let the entire bucket of cold water she was carrying spill all over Gloria's cloth. What's wrong with you?" "Oh my God. I'm so sorry, Ma. I didn't know it was loose. I wanted to help." Mr. Richard entered from the hallway. "What happened?" Gloria stood soaked, her makeup running like a painting left in the rain. "Nothing. Just water. I slipped." Zinna stood innocently beside her. She was making semovita, your favorite. Mr. Richard helped Gloria to her room. As she peeled off the wet dress, she saw her skin had developed rashes. Unknown to her, the towel she used was soaked earlier in a herbal mixture Zinna got from the garden. "If you burn me with fire," Zinna had whispered in her room, "you won't heal with ice." That night, Gloria placed a mirror charm, a small round glass tied with black thread, under Zinna's pillow. "This will confuse her identity," Mama Obara had said. "She won't remember herself, her name, or even her father. She will look into mirrors and see a stranger." But Zinna didn't sleep on her pillow that night. She had changed her pillowcase in the evening and unknowingly left the charm exposed. The next morning, Gloria forgot and used the pillow while stretching on the girl's bed. Later that day, while doing her makeup in front of her mirror, she saw something strange. Instead of her own face, she saw herself, bald, aged, and wrinkled. She screamed, "What is this?" She ran to the corridor mirror. Same thing. She checked the fridge door. Still the same. She started smashing mirrors. Mr. Richard came running. "What's wrong with you?" "There's something in this house. I swear I saw." "Enough, Gloria." Zinna stood by the door. Ma, maybe it's stress. You said stress causes hallucinations. Gloria turned to Zinna. What did you put in my life? Zinna replied calmly. Maybe what you're seeing is already there. The mirrors just got honest. The following Sunday, Mr. Richard's old university friend visited with his wife and twin boys. They were influential, and Gloria wanted to impress. She wore a fitted Ankara gown with a slit that grazed her thigh. Her wig was bone straight. Her makeup flawless. Zinna, she said, take the twins outside to play. Yes, Ma. She smiled sweetly. Too sweet. Food was served. Laughter echoed. But just as Gloria leaned forward to pass the pepper soup, her lip split open. Bleeding. She rushed to the bathroom. Ah, my lip. What happened? The lipstick she used had been swapped. She had taken it from the left drawer, the one she always kept for outings. But what she didn't know was that Zinna had earlier placed lemon peel extract and dry pepper dust into that particular tube, only that morning. Gloria's eyes watered as she washed and spat blood. How? How does she always know? She slammed the sink. Screamed. Zinna stood outside the bathroom door. Maybe try silence, Ma. It might heal your wounds faster. Mr. Richard drove the guests home. Gloria stayed locked inside all night. Zinna. She sang hymns to herself as she drew pictures of lions and thrones. In her diary, she wrote, some fights are won by power, others by patience, but the longest victories come from being impossible to break. Gloria was running out of options. The charm failed. The potions failed. The manipulations failed. And Zinna, that child was glowing. She was getting awards at school, speaking in front of guests, laughing louder with her father. Mr. Richard now kissed her goodbye every morning. Sometimes, he didn't even acknowledge Gloria. That girl is eating my destiny. Gloria screamed in the middle of the night, pacing the living room. She picked her small handbag, wore dark sunglasses, and drove out before sunrise. She arrived at Mama Obara's shrine, desperate, shaking. It's not working, Mama. I want her gone. For good. No more games. I want to finish her. Mama Obara blinked slowly. You've already lost, Gloria. No. You said I'd win. You're fighting someone who doesn't talk. Someone who prays. Someone who doesn't fear. That girl has ancestors guarding her. Then give me something stronger. Gloria screamed. Mama Obara finally handed her a small bottle with a red ribbon. This is bloodroot. If you drop this in the child's water or food, it will not kill her, but she will leave this house. Disappear. Fade like mist. That's all I want. But be warned. If she finds it, or touches it with prayer, it will return to sender. Gloria nodded. I'll make sure she never sees it. That evening, Gloria made fresh orange juice. She poured the bloodroot into one glass. The glass with the green stripe, Zinna's favorite. She called out, Zinna, juice is ready. Zinna walked in, paused, smiled. You made it specially for me. Of course, sweetheart. You're my baby girl. Zinna lifted the glass, but as she raised it to her lips, her nose twitched. She put it down. Ma, can I use the toilet first? Of course. Hurry back. Zinna left. Minutes passed. Gloria grew anxious. Then Zinna returned, with her dad. Daddy said he was thirsty, she said softly. Oh, I'll get him another glass, Gloria stammered. No need, Mr. Richard said. I'll drink hers. No. Gloria screamed. Zinna stood still. Richard froze. Why not? He asked. It's not cold enough. But you just poured it. It's sweating with ice. Gloria's hands shook. Richard, please. Zinna stepped forward and placed her hand over the glass. Lord, reveal what is hidden. The juice turned dark red. Richard jumped back. What is that? Zinna looked into her stepmother's eyes. You wanted me gone, Ma. But I'm still here. Mr. Richard stared at Gloria. You tried to poison my daughter. It wasn't poison. Gloria cried. It wouldn't kill her. Just make her leave. Get out of my house. The compound was quiet. Neighbors in the estate gathered. Bessie the maid stood by the gate, refusing to help Gloria pack. Zinna watched from the balcony, arms folded. Mr. Richard threw the red box, the same red box Gloria had brought into the house with pride, onto the pavement. You came here to build a family. Instead, you built a fire and tried to burn my child. Gloria wept. I just wanted love. I just wanted to be seen. Then you should have given it. She bent to lift her box. But Zinna came downstairs, walked past her, then stopped. I forgive you, Ma. Gloria looked up. You do? Yes. But forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. This house is no longer yours. Even if you come back, I will never unsee who you are. She walked back up. The gate closed behind Gloria. The house echoed with silence, peaceful, cleansing silence. Morals of the story. Evil doesn't always wear horns. Sometimes, it wears lipstick and smiles. Prayer isn't weakness, it's a weapon. The quietest child might carry the loudest power. If you are trusted with someone else's child, become their peace, not their punishment. You may hide wickedness from humans, but never from heaven. Thank you so much for watching this powerful story. If you were touched, shocked, or inspired by Zinna's strength, please comment below. This little girl fought like a queen. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deeply emotional, spiritual, and inspiring African stories. See you in the next video. African Tales by Amaid, where stories live forever.